Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. With the result in Edo State fully compiled, 18 local government results fully compiled, a lot of persons are talking. PDP faithfuls and supporters have hit the streets saying that they would definitely not accept this result. But while all are asking for peace to ensue, some of them some APC members are insisting that after all, at the last election, even though they had federal might, they still lost to the opposition, that they should take this in good faith. But Dele Momodu, one of the chieftains of PDP, have decided to expose something that Obaseki did not know. And should I say, most Nigerians didn't know, and he said to use them in plain language, even though it's coded. Before we go into the news proper, kindly subscribe to our channel. According to Dele Momodu in social media handle, he said, without any prejudice to whatever INEC announces today as the supposed result of the Edo governorship election, please permit me to make some quick observations, not in any particular order, and give you the outcome ahead of time. 1. I am flabbergasted that some Nigerians still expect APC to lose this particular election. It is particularly impossible, and I'm ready to place a modest bet on it. Number 2. I'll be very disappointed if my governor and brother, Godwin Obaseki, is unaware of a special operation codenamed Oga Wants It. Now, most of the principal state actors, both in APC and PDP, are involved in the gangsterism. Only a few are disinterested. Obaseki is surrounded by some wolves in sheep's clothing. Unfortunately, I will pardon Asue Ighodalo if he is somehow naive at this stage of his political career and adventure, not to understand the usual chicanery in Nigerian politics. Number 3, Oga not only wants it, Oga needs it like oxygen for survival. The acolytes are desperate to deceive Oga that all is well and he can count on them to deliver any state in future elections, despite their abysmally despicable performances in power. Number 4, the two camps working together in the temporary marriage of connivance and convenience are majorly in APC, while those in PDP are mostly those serving their second terms who are not oblivious to the Yahaya Bello treatment. The ones in PDP are in allegiance with their ringleader whose voluptuous presidential ambition is not hidden. The permutation is that if for whatever reason Oga is not able to run, then the mafia don will leave PDP in reserve, since APC has a preponderance of would-be competitors. That is all. Now, even within the mafia group, there are still some lily-livered members who have suppressed their own presidential and vice presidential ambitions out of mortal fear for their rambunctious leader. Since Oga wants it, Oga must have it by all means. My people of Edo State, please, cool temper. Have faith only in God. I will come back later to tell you how the big ego of some opposition gangs will continue to make matters worse. Dele Momodu speaks. Wow. Quite a lot of coding everywhere, but let's begin to decode it one after the other. Alright, let's start with Oga. From what I see and his write-up, I perceive the Oga here is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I stand to be corrected here. If you feel it's different, please let's interact in our comment section. Then he also talked about the two musketeers, as in the two groups. I believe the two groups he's referring to here is APC and PDP. And he talked about the would-be competitors. He said now, for Mafia Don, he said the permutation is that if for whatever reason Oga is not able to run, then the Mafia Don will leave PDP in reserve. which means I perceive that the mafia done here could be Wike he's referring to. And since APC has preponderance of would-be competitors, that is all. Even within the mafia group, there are still some delivered, which means he believes that with Wike holding on to his structure, if all is not well, and Oga, which probably means Bola Ahmed Tinubu, does not run, he now has PDP to run with. Judging the fact that in APC there are a lot of competitors, and even amongst themselves there are still some persons who fear some other persons who has very robust ideas. And he believes that the reason why some persons in PDP are really looking forward to working, for APC is probably because they are scared of the Yahaya Bello treatment, where since they are already in their second term, if they do not align, when they leave, they will start chasing them. Don't forget that if for any reason Bola Ahmed Tinubu gets the second term, those who are in their final term now will become, their immunity will be gone, which means they can easily become chased for whatever reasons. Well, let's see how it plays out. But that's his analysis on this. He said this issue of saying Oga wants it, that they want to give the impression to Bola Ahmed Tinubu that even if they are not performing well, any state anywhere they can't deliver, regardless if the party is not doing so well, popularly well to Nigerians mostly. Then he also didn't stop there. He took time to explain a lot of things, one of which, whatever the case is not telling. Let's quickly look at the Edo election itself proper. So whatever the case is, let the Edo people cool temper. There's still more secrets within the ambit of his environment. But now the question now is this how we're going to run the election? He's using his words, he just used coded terms, but all of them easily can be decoded if you follow him. Paripas is saying that look, they're trying to outplay themselves, saying that Oga not only wants it, Oga needs it like an oxygen, because he doesn't want to rely on them to say they can deliver, so that his his second tenure will be a smooth ride. But if you ask me, apart from God determining what a man will be and what will become the future of a man, I think it basically depends on Nigerians, the electorate, to determine who will rule them. It has become a norm, so to speak, that it doesn't really matter. It's really them that select. But I believe that there's a lot of role Nigerians will play if they are ready for that very needed change that will change the narrative. Then all hands needs to be on deck. Nigeria should start making demands of reforms that would make them, as the electorate, more powerful. But let's say it plays out. What do you think? Do you think I interpreted or decoded the write-up of Dele Momodu, or do you think there's still more than meets the eyes? Maybe I got it wrong. Who do you think is the Oga? Who do you think is the mafia? Who do you think is those wolves in sheep's clothing that surrounded Obaseki during this election in PDP